G'day there guys, welcome back to In My Shed. I'm BC, progressing along with the Haro grinder. And it's amazing how when you're dyslexic you can just mix the simplest of things. I couldn't get the workhead far enough towards the, or far enough away from the wheel, sorry. And I didn't realise it until I looked again. The table isn't symmetric, it's far from it. This side, the right hand side, being 200mm longer than the left hand side. And all I had to do was swap the workhead over, centralise the table, and it all came good reasonably easily. So now I've got the diamond dresser set up there. I'll put some lights on the show, give you a look at dressing it, and try and grind the first cutter. Bring you back in soon. Oh, by the way, I went to shut the roller door just before this, and there's about a 5-foot brown snake sliding across the driveway. And what's worse than that is it disappeared in the bloody grass, and I don't know where it is. And I've got to walk across that grass to get back to the house. Not a good situation. Okay guys, it's all set up. I've done a few light passes across it. I'm only going in a very small amount each time. And believe you me, next step is setting up the extractor fan. I'm just taking a very light pass across there. Now I'm just going by the colour of the wheel. When it's well dressed you can see the white clean abrasive right out to the outside edge. Yes, it's just right out to the outer edge on the part of the wheel. The wheel is not 100% concentric, but I'm not going to dress away 3/4 of the wheel just to get that last little bit. So this should be good enough. I'll reset it and let's do some grinding. G'day, back again. Found I scored a few extra items after I scratched through the boxes. Talk about bloody substantial. That's part of the indexing system, I would assume. Oh, because that's the size of the indexing bar. It's a bloody monster. I think that's been contrived in a workshop. It looks all manually forged across the end, but yeah, a few more pieces are coming together of the puzzle, but I'll be able to rebuild that into something a little bit better. Okay, the wheel's dressed. Hide the shifter. Let's make some noise and see if we can make some sparks. I must be a bloody mile off. Bring you back after I touch off. Okay, found my feet a little bit better. We'll call this a director's cut. Oh. Just picked up then. It's a bit like using a shovel in a bucket of bolts. That's a little bit better. It's a bit stiff on the pull. Oh, it all works. Yep, I will be putting new bearings in the head. I've got a fellow I know out at Laidley who's got the same grinder, and when his is running, you can't even hear the spindle. He turned his battery drill on in comparison, and that was 10 times its latest grinder. So first I'll see what the bearing adjustment's like, and then we'll have a go at putting new bearings in if we have to. Tell you what, it is a big cumbersome thing to use. Okay fellas, well you saw it all on this TV channel. Finally made a few sparks with it. It's far from finished. I still have to do the electrical box and the VFD and trying to get used to this big bulky workhead compared to what I have been using. I have got quite a good indexing finger set up, so I might mount that up the top here, but I think it's just going to finish up a great big Giacticus rather than something that's humble and easy to use. I can see where this would be excellent for really big cutters or a big face mill where you want a bit of body in the machine to stop vibration. But oh by geez, working this pull mechanism at the back, it's definitely not as quick as the little finger mechanism I have been used to. And it doesn't drop in all that easy and lock it in. So I'll need a little bit of practice with that to get good at it. I don't even think I've got the right bloody slot then. I should have left the light on. That's a bit more like it. That's it. Righto. Well, I don't know what more to show you. I'll be grinding a few cutters to get used to it, but I'll still be keeping two of my smaller machines, that's for sure. Much easier to use. Okay, like and subscribe. And in this bit of the series, I'm going to take a breather later in the week over Easter and get back onto the Kearns horizontal borer. I want to get that thing moving. And that's all electric, so I'll be bringing the sparking in on that. Bye guys. Take care over Easter and don't step on any brown snakes. Well guys, back again the following day. I've been prattling on a bit lately about making sure everything goes well and keeping your ears open. And yesterday I think I was a bit rattled by coming across a brown snake in front of the shed because I didn't do it. And I had trouble touching off, that's the first thing. And I had trouble with not inflating properly, and I should have picked up on that. The bloody collet nut wasn't tight. I finished up with a cutter. I don't know you'll be able to see much. Anyway, it's got a facet behind the facet. The clearance angle didn't come out well. They're not equal. And I think the cutter had turned a little bit. That's why I was having trouble indexing it. The cutter wasn't looking correct at the indexing point, and it wasn't. It had rotated in the bloody cutter. So if you don't touch off where you expect to, something is a bit wrong. You can see that there's 3 or 4 thou left, and it takes 10 or 12 or 15, and it still hasn't engaged. And if it doesn't sound right, you've got to check again. And I'll admit I've ground lots of cutters. I've ground quite a few crook, and I've left either the collet nut loose or the swivel locking nut. That's probably been done a dozen times, and you always get that dull sound. You don't get the zing off the wheel. You get a something sounds bloody horribly wrong. So if you get an where you don't touch off where you expect to, shut down and check your setup. That's all.